I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was. Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
Hey everyone, just give me a second, just changing some stuff. I forgot to change the thumbnail. I still kept the Dia one from yesterday. We're just changing it to Dottore one, just to fit the theme of today, since we hopefully gonna meet him finally. But yeah, hopefully you're doing okay. Just give me a second and I'll be right with you.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
Alright, that should be everything alright, hopefully. But yeah, hi guys. Hope you're doing okay. Sorry that I got a little bit late. I got off work a little bit later than I hoped. Had to do some extra stuff, unfortunately, but I'm still here today, and hopefully we're gonna have some fun, as we usually do, and do some more quests for Sumeru. I'm really looking forward to finally meeting Dottore, because I kinda like the character, and I really wanna know more about him, since I do hope he's gonna be a playable character. Unless we're gonna get the same story as Senora, and he's just gonna get deleted, which hopefully is not gonna be the case. But I hope you guys doing good. It's Tuesday, so not even halfway through the week, but hopefully you didn't have too rough of a day. Mine was pretty okay. I didn't really do much today. I kinda spent most of my day just dealing with work and like sneakily reading some stuff off my phone whenever I had a free minute or two. But yeah. Usually the only stressful days for me are like Monday and Wednesdays, while all the other ones are pretty chill. So if you find me a little bit less energetic on Monday or Wednesdays, you probably know why now. But yeah. And I'm extremely cheerful on Fridays for obvious reasons. But yeah, today we're gonna do some, hopefully, story quests, and afterwards I might start doing like events. I'll see how far the next chapter of the story goes, because I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully it's not gonna be too long, but I'll probably finish that first, and afterwards start doing the actual events, because I was kind of slacking on them for a while, and I haven't done any. but hopefully that will change today, and we'll finally start doing some useful stuff.
There is no escape.
Oh, hey, dog. Hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully this Tuesday doesn't treat you too bad.
Illusion shattered.
But yeah, I was a little bit late today because I finished work much later than I usually do. Like, I usually get off work at about 5:15. But today I had to stay till 5:30 because some extra work that I needed to finish. So that's why I'm a little bit late today. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much. In case you're curious, I kind of started reading new manga today. Well, manhwa, but same thing really.
Shine down.
And it's called the Martial Ascension of a Demon Lord. Or Demon God, I don't remember exactly. But it's a pretty fun story.
There is no escape.
It's basically about like a main character who used to be like a god of demons. And he got deleted by like a human savior of sorts. And the entire plot revolves around him becoming an actual human himself. And like struggling to deal with the fact that he became somebody that he used to look down upon. And it's pretty fun. But yeah, it's pretty short as of right now. I think it only has like maybe 20 chapters. But still pretty interesting. Because usually a lot of manhwas have pretty long chapters. Like it's usually at least 5 to 10 minutes long reading if you'd like take your time. Or you can blast through it in like maybe 3 if you really want to. But I usually take my time with every chapter. It usually takes me about 15 minutes or so. So it's quite a good read every now and again. Like I find some new mangas or manhwas and just try to like read them a few dozen chapters at a time. Because I usually don't start reading stuff that's like freshly new released. Because then I either crave more or like I don't understand story well enough to make conclusion whether I want to read the title or no. Because usually it takes me at least like 10 chapters to really get into something. Like it's really unusual for me to really like the title unless I read a few chapters of it. Like I did have a few where I like got into it from the first one. But usually those are pretty rare, at least for me.
Illusion shattered.
Other than that, I didn't really do much. Was just doing like some basic stuff. Like I went for a walk a little bit after work. Like I usually take public transport, but this time I decided to take like a nice stroll. Since the weather was pretty nice. Like it wasn't raining for once. It was a nice like cool breeze. Because usually, I don't know about you guys, but in England, the weather is one of the two things. It's either extremely windy, or it's extremely windy and raining. And there's no in between. So, it's very rare to have like at least somewhat decent over weather.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Kamisato up. Suyu, be still.
Hey Mick, hope you're doing okay. Hopefully you have a nice day today. Hey Saya, hope you're doing okay. But yeah guys, in case you just came in, I'm just gonna like start with dailies and then we're gonna get back into Sumeru stories. Hopefully we're gonna meet Dottore finally, because I'm really looking forward to him. Like Dottore, I'm usually like a very big simp for villains in any piece of fiction. Like my favorite characters are usually villains. And Dottore is kind of ticking all my boxes for favorite character so far, because I really like, not really psychotic, but like very, I know it sounds strange, but I really like sort of crazy characters. They're kind of sane in a way, but also sometimes can just lose their shit in the seconds, and that's kind of what Dottore reminds me of. He kind of like a Joker of Genshin universe. That's what I kind of like about him. Because I don't know if you guys read the manga before, but there's a Genshin manga. And it talks about actually Dottore when he was... before he kind of had the appearance that he has now. Like when he was younger. And it talks about how he was like doing experiments in Mondstadt a long time ago. And I read a little bit of it, and I really fell in love with the character. So hopefully he is going to be a playable one, otherwise I'm going to be really upset, because I really want him. Because like I have a sneaking suspicion that not every single Futui Harbinger unfortunately is going to be playable. Like, I really don't care about the, like, big-nosed one. Like, with the big ears guy, like, elf guy. I really don't care about him. But I really care about, like, that girl with X's for her eyes. And I really care about, like, the big man himself, like, the first Harbinger. As well as Dottore. I really like those three. All the other ones are fine, but, like, I'm not really into them as of right now. But hopefully, I think Dottore actually, if he is gonna be playable, he probably will be in Sumeru. Because, like, we already met him. I just don't really like the Genshin kind of has a policy of making characters good in order for you to play as them. Because, like, I don't mind personally playing as villains. I think it's gonna be fun. If anything. Like, not every single character needs to be, like, friendly with each other in order to play them.
Shine down. The Temple of Wisdom.
Oh, hey Greg. Hey Aya. Sorry guys, didn't notice you. I was kind of going off on my own stuff for a second. I was just simping for Dottore in case you missed it. Was trying to justify why I want Dottore to be a playable character. And why I like villains so much. Because, like, to me personally, villains just have something unique about them.
There is no escape.
And heroes are usually boring. But at least with villains, they have some interesting factors about them. Like, so far, the only villain that doesn't really have, like, super big motivation behind him is Child. Because Child is kind of like, he just does what he needs to do. He doesn't really actually have the motive to be a Futui. But every other one, like Signora had a reason because she hated, she hated Venti, pretty much. And she hated everyone in Mondstadt. That's why she joined Futui, to destroy, like, Mondstadt completely. Because Venti abandoned her lover and, like, almost, well, he wasn't really responsible, but he was kind of involved in the death of her, I don't know if she was married or not, but like her boyfriend, I guess.
Cascade.
Is Dottore actually a polearm user? Because I thought he had a sword. That's actually pretty cool if he does have polearm, because usually polearms, like spears, are the most OP weapon in a game. Because like when you look at the characters that we have right now, some of the most powerful, like Sino is exceptionally strong, especially with Nahida nowadays. Then we have somebody like Hu Tao, who just smacks. We have Zhongli. Like, there's not a single 5-star character that has polearm that's not good. Like, Zhao is exceptionally strong. Who else has polearm? Like, Raiden. Raiden is busted. Like, she's one of the best. Shanghai is really good. Like, there's not a single polearm character in the entire game that's 5-star that's not good. So I hope Dottore is gonna be busted. I just hope he's not gonna be like Shanghai, you know? Just it's the same as Shanghai substitute. I hope he's gonna be like a main DPS at least, and have some fun mechanics about him. Maybe he's just gonna like throw potions and stuff. Because I thought Catalyst would be like a pretty cool idea for Dottore. Him just throwing like potions at everyone. Just turning them into like weird bizarre creatures. That would be pretty cool of an idea. Because like I don't look at leaks personally. I know that like the entire Genshin database got leaked a while back. So some of you guys probably know who's coming and why. But I'm kind of in the dark about that. So... And it's not because like I have principles or anything about leaks or anything like that. It's just I prefer to keep a little bit of a mystery for myself. Just so I'm gonna be a little bit more hyped whenever I actually see who's coming out.
There is no escape. Everybody stand back. Let's light it up. Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered. Crawl. Commit to memory. Make yourselves at home. There is no escape.
Well, listen, Greg, if it's Claymore, you should have said so. You made me hyped. Actually, now that I think about it, Claymore is probably even more hyped. Because the only Claymore user we have right now for Cryo, I assume Dottore is Cryo, like correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure he's Cryo. Unless he's Hydra, which is possible as well. Because I think we don't have Hydra Claymore users nowadays, do we? Like, I'm pretty sure there's not a single one available at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's none. So, that would be hype. Oh, he is Hydra? Because I thought he was Cryo for a second. Oh, that is hype, honestly, because, like... Hydra characters nowadays are pretty busted, especially with resonance change. Like, because I don't know if you guys played a while Genshin, but Hydra used to be one of the most underwhelming resonances. Because, like, it used to be, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was healing bonus. Like, it was just straight up healing and, like, reduced pyro damage, which was pretty much useless, and nobody used it, like, two Hydra characters for that reason. But nowadays... where is it? Yeah. So now it increases HP, which I think majority of Hydra characters actually do damage from HP. So it's exceptionally good now. So I'm pretty hyped for Dottore then, if he is Hydra, as you said, Greg. And if he's not, I'm gonna blame you for it. For lying to me. But yeah, as I said, I also agree, sorry I didn't say it before, I do agree that Child is an anti-villain, but at the same time, he doesn't feel like one, honestly, because he never done like anything bad. Like, he did try to destroy the entire Leeway, but like, he didn't really do that. And he never really done anything evil either, to be honest. So, like, to me, anti-villain is somebody that, like, doesn't care about the law at all. But, like, Child never really does anything that goes against the law. Like, pretty much just wants to fight all the time. And like, that's his entire motivation, which is not a bad motivation. But he just kind of tries to protect his family more than anything. And I do respect that. That's why I like him. Like, that's why I'm saying we don't actually have a single evil character to play as yet. Because even Scaramouche, when he's going to be playable, I think we're going to play as no actual evil Scaramouche. I think we play as a good, quote-unquote, Scaramouche, like before he became the Futui. I think we play as his human form or whatever. Like, I'm not 100% familiar with the story, but I'm pretty sure that's what kind of the gist of it. Because, like, his clothing is different, and I think that was when he was animal user or whatever. But I hope the Genshin actually decides to implement, like, pure evil characters. Like, not change their stories whatsoever, like, no redemption arc, but just straight up evil. Because I think that would be pretty cool.
Illusion shut. I see everything.
Be still.
Because I know the majority of the characters that are released, they do interact with each other, and that's the entire point of, like, playable characters. They interact with each other and they, like, share thoughts on each other. But at the same time, they can be just, like, negative thoughts about good characters, you know? They don't really need to interact that much.
Everybody stand back.
And I think it would be more fun to see, like, interaction between, like, enemies rather than just friends.
Cascade.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that my resin was capped already. Alright, then. I think this is the last commission, and then we can go do the story quest, finally. But yeah, I think actually we're gonna meet Dottore, like, straight up, because I'm pretty sure that was the entire gist of where we left off yesterday. Unless I'm wrong. I did have fun with, like, the entire implication quest, like, where you, like, persuade that academia lady to, like, believe in King Deshret. I really enjoyed that, because I found it pretty interesting. Nahida entire quest, I found a little bit tedious, honestly. Like, if I'm being real, I enjoy the entire premise, but I really found exceptionally tedious those little bubbles. You know, the ones that we need to choose all the time. I found them exceptionally boring. Like, honestly, they didn't add anything to the quest. They only made it more boring. To me, at least. I don't know about you guys. But, like, because I didn't understand the entire premise of, like, solving the riddle. Because, like, though all those options could be used. And I didn't know which one to choose, personally. Maybe I'm just not smart enough. But I personally thought that it just interrupted the flow of the entire quest. And just made it more tedious than anything. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. But I did enjoy the premise of, like, Nahida being able to infiltrate other people's minds. I thought that was pretty cool. Because, like, they add something new to the Archons. Because before, we just saw Archons as those, like, deities that just rule their people, but they don't really get involved in their lives. Like, they just do whatever. They just allow their people to live as they are. But Nahida pretty much just can straight up interfere into anyone's mind and just manipulate them if she really wanted to. And I thought that's really cool, because it's a new, like, piece of the lore that we never go to explore. Because, like, Zhongli doesn't do anything with his people. Venti doesn't do anything with his people. Raiden, the only thing she did was, like, extract visions from others. But there wasn't really, like, anything too unique. But infiltrating other people's minds, I thought, was a very nice touch to make. It made you, like, feel fresh, the entire Archon scene. Because, like, before that, we kind of got Archons as those people that just stay from the sidelines and observe only. They don't actually interfere with anyone. So I saw that actual interference now is pretty fun. Because, like, Nahida is a new god, so she doesn't realize what she needs to do. So she's kind of like more of a childlike character who just tries to learn as she goes. And I thought that dynamic was pretty cool, because we kind of like became her almost like guide in a sense, even though it's her own country, and we just kind of tell her how human emotions work, because she doesn't understand it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, that's kind of like general gist of the entire quest right now that I got from. I tried my best to like pay attention, but at certain points I just completely zoned out. I like switched off my brain, and I either like made jokes with the chat, like with the people there, or I just tried my best to like pay attention, and in the result just forget like half the things I said. But yeah, I'm actually quite interested what your guys' thoughts on that like part of the quest so far is, because maybe I'm just strange and maybe the entire quest was like super engaging for you guys, because I always have trouble to paying attention to like exceptionally lengthy quests in Genshin, just because I become bored exceptionally easily. Maybe because I have ADHD, which I did get tested and I do have it, maybe that's why, but like I really struggle paying attention for a long while, especially non-stop. Because like when I did quests by myself before, I would never like go through them in one blast. I would always spend at least a couple days like digesting them and doing them in chunks, and then just leaving them like to refresh my mind a little bit. I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but like I could never just sit through and blast through the entire quest by myself, because either I'm not gonna pay attention or I'm just gonna forget half the things that I tried to read, and that's not really fun for me. All of that just to say that I probably have small brain. That's why I can't pay attention. But yeah. Alright, we're almost done. Just need to go tattle on Nimrod to Sister Victoria, so she gives him a beating. I'm also kind of looking forward to that quest where you like actually discover Nahita's past, because I think that's part of the Archon story as well. Because I'm not 100% familiar with it. Like I know that Nahita is like reincarnation of the previous Archon, but I don't really know how she got to where she is. Because I know she's just locked up in like some sort of palace, and she never leaves it. But I don't know the entire story behind it, because I do like Nahita as a character, and I do want to find out more about her. But I'm also looking forward to like meeting Sino finally, and learning a little bit more about Dea maybe, if she is still gonna show up, which I hope she does. Because like another thing that I always struggle with paying attention to is whenever like side characters get involved too much in the main story. Like Dunya's was actually pretty cool. She was one of the first side characters I actually pay attention to. But usually whenever like side characters get involved too much, I kind of zoned out. But whenever like main characters like Dea, as I said, or Halfheim or Nahita get involved, I'm like starting paying attention more, because those are the characters I actually care about. Because the main reason why I don't care about side characters is because they don't really show up after the story quest. Like, you just forget about them, and they're never gonna show up again, so why would you pay attention to what they have to say, really? At least maybe that's just my perspective. Like, I really hope that in the future, Genshin implements more like interaction in the main story between main characters. Like maybe just get some, like somebody from Inazuma or Leeway just come to like new regions and interact with characters in the main story. Like imagine Zhongli just popping up and like protecting Nahita or whatever. Or like teaching you how the world works. As like he's the most wisest god or whatever. I mean, you can refer to me as just Lux if you really want to. Like, I used to go by Light, since that's like kind of continuation of my real name. But if you want to call me Lux, I'm perfectly fine with that. Whatever makes it easier for you guys. Really don't have like a preference or anything. Whatever you guys want to call me is fine with me. As long as you don't call me late for dinner, that's all that matters, really.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
Also be prepared, whenever Sino shows up, I'm gonna crack up a lot of their jokes, so just be mentally prepared. If it's gonna happen today, I'm just giving you a fair warning, so you don't moan about it. But it's gonna happen, whether you like it or not, I can't help it. Because I gotta get into the character. Because like, whenever Sino shows up, I'm obligated to do it. And if I don't do it, it's just gonna be like, the mantra just gonna get after me.
Something that catches your eye.
Listen, I warn you guys, you can complain about it. Listen, it's just gonna happen. We gotta accept it, okay? It's just gonna happen. We're just gonna do it. And I do expect all of you to go along with it, because otherwise, what's the point?
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Listen, that was just a taster before. You thought I ran out of jokes. Not even close. That wasn't even like the tip of the iceberg. That was just the beginning. So be ready.
Booting.
You better pray to God I don't get to sign it today, because if I do, oh, you in for a treat, honestly. Let's see. I guess we're done here, so I'll probably do the actual like reputation stuff later, because I kind of want to get back into story quest today, because I left it at the place where I was just about to meet Dottore. So just give me a second, I'll go to the account, I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Just entertain each other for a bit. Alright, I'm back. Greg, you can't go on with jokes straight away. You gotta ease into it. Do you not understand how this works? If you just straight up go with the jokes, what's the point? You gotta be... Timing is essential when it comes to comedy. You can't just run it. You can't rush perfection. Do you understand that? Come on. Unbelievable, Greg. Somebody just doesn't have patience. Alright, fine. But if they not at least on my level, I don't know. I'm gonna publicly shame you for having bad dad jokes, because that's something that's worse than death, honestly. At this point, if you just have bad dad jokes, that's just... Sino's gonna be happy. He's gonna come after you. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna tattle on you, but I'm just gonna say to them, you know what? That guy... No good dad jokes. And that's honestly, that's a punishable crime in Sumeru at this point. Like, I haven't met Sino yet, but I'm pretty sure he will throw you into slammers for that. So you better be prepared. You better have your, like, A game ready. Because their jokes are serious business. In this economy... I swear, Greg. If this is what I'm thinking it is, you're gonna get it. Alright, that wasn't what I was thinking of. You get a pass on that one. Fine. That wasn't a bad one. You get a pass. It was chuckle-worthy. I'll give you that.
Every journey has its final day.
You see what you made me do? You made me skip the time they actually need to go to. Distractions. Can't even focus here. I have at least 5 jokes prepared, and I'm just gonna sprinkle them throughout the story when Sino comes on the screen. We're gonna have like a joke off with Sino, and we'll see who the actual comedy king is in Sumeru is. Because I want the title, and I don't care what it takes. Where is it? Oh. How did I miss that?
Oh, you are the other Catherine, right?
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
It was alright, Greg, no worries. 1 is more than enough for now. That was like a warm-up, and I do appreciate it. But I actually don't know if we're actually gonna even get to Sino today. I don't know how long this quest is,
We're on a
but
secret mission tonight.
hopefully
we need
not
to
too long.
protect Catherine's identity.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap.
Honestly, I hope it is a trap, because, like, otherwise, what's the point? I obviously want to meet Dottore, and unless it is a trap, he's not gonna show up, so... I'll roll the dice, honestly.
If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
I'm kinda surprised that those scholars, like, especially that beta guy, doesn't know that Nahida can actually infiltrate their minds. Because, like, that's a pretty big mishap on their part. Because, like, if Nahida was evil, she pretty much could just brainwash every single citizen inside her country and just make them do whatever she wants. Which is kind of messed up when you think about it. Good thing she's like 8, so she probably doesn't understand what that means.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off?
Honestly, everything.
It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
I am. And honestly, for the best. I mean, after I spent like 10 days in Groundhog Day, I honestly don't even believe we're in the real world. It's probably all a dream.
No, I think he's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Whenever there's silence, you know some big stuff is gonna happen soon.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
Can't say the same. Honestly, if anything, I think being with Nahida is the most unsafe thing ever.
Huh. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like 12 PM. It's probably a good thing there's not many people out there. It would be strange if there was a lot of people out there, especially like kids. Because I'm pretty sure people in Genshin don't sleep. Like, you never see them actually going to bed or anything like that. They're always awake. Which is a concern, honestly. Because I want to learn these secrets. Where do I need to go? Am I tripping? Is it here? No? Like, Sumeru's layout is so confusing to me. Like, half the time I don't even know where to go. Is this the man of my dreams?
What are all these people doing?
Because I'm ready.
Hour of the night?
I have my water by my side and I'm ready. Come on. Show it to him. Show me.
The triumphant hero returns at last.
Oh, he is.
To a rather spectacular welcome.
Ooh.
Even if I do say so myself.
You're
God damn, look at him.
Expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days
This
they
voice.
tend to call me the Doctor.
They indeed do. I'll call you daddy, honestly, at this point.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
I agree. Whatever you say.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious.
Honestly, Dottore's voice is one of the best I ever heard.
People now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Neither can I, honestly.
What should we do?
I'll be right there, but on the other side, I will be on Dottore.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
This feels like a VTuber meetup, if I ever saw one. I mean, honestly, at this point, yes.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I'm a sucker for villains, I'm telling you. Like, whenever there's a hot villain on the screen, I'm simping for them, I don't
appear
care.
to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
God damn. I wish Dottore would whisper sweet nothings to my ear every single night, honestly, with that voice. You kidding me?
There's This should be far enough. Whew. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is the Hida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
Honestly, can we go back to Dottore at this point? I don't care.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary.
Honestly, Dottore should be number 1. He is for me. I don't care about the other old guy. Like, he's not important. Dottore is a true number 1. He should just get rid of the other guy. Just assume position of a king as he truly should.
He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently. And that
Captain is too old.
So wary of him.
Like, you can't even simp for him. What's the point, Greg? Tell me. Captain is like 50. I don't simp for old man. The only old man that I was simp for was Yamamoto from Bleach. But that's only because that man was a unit and a half. He got almost blew up like to smithereens, and he still beat Aizen to half-inch of death almost. Like, that man is a legend. If the captain proves to be badass, I'll take my words back. But for now, Dottore is number 1. Honestly, that's why I'm looking forward to Varka, because I hope he's not an old man. I hope he's like a Diluc, but bigger and better. That's what I hoped Varka is. Oh, I see. So he's an actual Yaksha. I didn't know that. Oh, well, fair enough then. I mean, he looks sick. It's just... The thing is... A villain's gotta be hot in order for me to simp them. I can't simp for somebody that's not hot. That just doesn't work with me, you know? What's the point? Like, the only good villain is a hot villain, and you can't tell me otherwise. There's no way the villain could be good if they're not hot. Like, when you think about the best villains in every single media, they're hot as hell. And that's the main reason why we love them. But yeah, anyway, I got off topic a little bit.
Yeah. Now that the doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui.
What do you mean Baka is 75? There's no way, Greg, you lying to me. There's no way that man is 75. He's at most like 22. Because that's what most characters in this game are. There's no single character in this game so far that's older than like 20, or they don't look older than 20. Like, I know technically like Zhao and all the other characters are like thousands of years old, but they don't look like it. So as long as a character doesn't look old, I don't care how old they are, if that makes sense. Because technically Nahida is like 10 billion years old probably, but she looks like she's 8. So like, age doesn't mean anything. As long as you look the part, that's all that matters.
But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right?
Because, like, the perfect example is Zhongli. Like, Zhongli is the oldest god, which means he's thousands of years old. But he looks like the hottest model you ever see in your life. And that's what I mean. Like, age is not just a number as long as you're hot. And I base my hotness scale on Zhongli, because Zhongli is, like, at the top. Like, he's at the tippity top, and if anyone comes even close, then I'm simping for them. And that's my motivation for the plain male characters to begin with. Are they even quarter as hot as Zhongli? Then I'm playing them. Because, like, nobody's gonna be hotter than Zhongli. I'm a firm believer in that statement. Like, there's not gonna be a single character that looks better than Zhongli in the entire Genshin universe. Like, Ayato comes pretty close, but not as close as one would hope. Because, like, Zhongli is like the pinnacle. And then you're just trying to reach that pinnacle just to match it at least. Because you're not going to take it over. Like, nobody's going to be looking better than Zhongli. But people can try to get there at least. We all can dream.
You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Avidia forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
Listen, that's like picking your favorite child. What do you mean? Like, listen, look at this man. Just look at him. You telling me... like, look me in the eyes. Look at Zhongli's eyes and literally tell him there's somebody looking better than him in this game. Like, just try.
Where do you want?
Because you can't. And I'm convinced that you can. As I said, every single character in this game just tries to be Zhongli. They never will, but they always can try. And that's the point. Because, like, as I said, every single character is Zhongli wannabe. And that's just a question of how Zhongli wannabe they are. Because, like, Dottore is like 95%. He's almost there, but he's not quite there. So, like, Dottore is number 2. And Zhongli is number 1 internally. There's not a single female or male character they can compare to Zhongli. And I'm a firm believer in that.
This wine tastes the same as I remember.
I'm as firm a believer of that statement as Zhongli is a firm believer of Osmanthus' wine taste is the same. You know? And that's just the God honest truth. Like, I'll be simping to Zhongli till the day I quit Genshin. Like, there's not gonna be a single character that I'm gonna simp more than Zhongli. Like, I just refuse to believe that. Because there's no way. Like, unless Zhongli in the story just pieces out somehow, there's no way there's anybody gonna replace him. And I'll die on the hill till the day Genshin actually dies.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
That's a pretty cool name.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia?
That's my boy. That's a man of my dreams.
But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Because a man has style. Why would he do that?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
You're up, traveler!
I'll show you the meaning of respect, boys. Have you by any chance heard of Osmanthus wine? Cause like, I can tell you all about it.
A touch of frost. Need more. Verdict is...
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Gather. This is order. You want this one? Time for retribution!
Alright, I think I told them the lesson of a lifetime.
Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah, looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Kainari?
Paimon showed the man some respect, called him the big man himself, the big doctor. Don't just refer to him as that guy, Doctor. That's just not who he is. He's so much more. Honestly, refer to him as Dad at this point, because might as well.
Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
Oh yeah, no worries, Saya. Hope you have a good evening. Just come chat with me whenever you have time the other day. No worries, no worries. I always appreciate you guys coming, even if you don't have too much free time. It's always fun seeing you.
Oh, it's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here?
I'm on an important business. It involves a blue-haired gentleman and a green child.
Hey, it's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea considering you dropping everything as soon as you touch it. I'm pretty sure that's for the best. No offense, Coley. I like you, but like, you can't be just a ranger and dropping stuff left and right. Because what if you drop like some sort of harmful chemical and just burn like half the forest? It's just not gonna cut it.
Oh, Kale. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
He left? What? Isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis DI.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden.
Probably what type of grass tastes the best, considering he is a... Actually, I don't know. Is he a fox? Or he is one of those, like, long-eared desert foxes? I forgot what they called. Lynx? No. Something starts with L, I think. Because I think those are actually real animals as well.
Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
And I'm pretty sure they herbivores as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
Got it. Will do. See you later, Kale.
What was that? Oh, I didn't complete this one. I guess I'll just go do this one so I can continue. Forgot you need to meet Catherine in every single city. I forgot to do that. Just quickly finish this one. Oh, I don't have that one unlocked. I guess we're gonna get on foot. Like good old-fashioned style. Actually, probably should change my party a little bit.
Leave it to me.
May knowledge guide.
What's this? Did I have some sort of quest going on that I forgot about? I guess it's some world quest that I didn't do. Well, I guess might as well finish it since I'm here. Here we are. When I was little, I would often take this road to go down to the river valley to play. The Withering Zone are appearing so quickly now, and Tanari and the others are too busy to deal with them in time. But it's a good thing we have you here now. Okay, you made clean work of those Withering Zones before, but they're still dangerous. If it gets to be too much, be sure to leave the realm and take some rest. Alright, I don't really want to do this. I want to continue with the main quest, honestly. I'll deal with this one later. Because I don't want to go too much off track. Because I'm kind of curious what Dottore is up to. I think I'm pretty sure I have it as a thing, you know? This one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it gets a marker. So I'm not gonna forget about it. Oh, no worries, dog. Hope you have a good evening. It was nice seeing you. I probably will do a little bit of exploration later. But for now, I just kind of want to progress with the story a bit more.
You're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one doing it, Paimon. But whatever.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds.
Says the one that can actually control human minds. Sneaky Nahida.
Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
I don't really know what that means, but sure.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
That sounds like a very complicated way of saying that you ran away, but sure.
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha. Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
Only for 2 in my mind, number 1.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Oh, no worries, Aya. Have a good rest. Just come back whenever you want. It's honestly okay, no worries.
Yes, I have.
I'm just gonna be doing
See the traveler's
story quests
door
anyway for a bit.
So I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Alright, that's pretty interesting. Because I thought maybe Nahida was going to be corrupted by Dottore at this point, but I guess no. She somehow managed to escape his clutch.
Traveler?
Oh, we meet the weird cave lady again.
It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
Well, you see, Nahida, there's a long story involving caves, tripping out, and little weird green creatures. You don't want to know about it.
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... Oh, you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think?
No.
My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
Well, considering Nahida's staying right next to us, I think there's some BS going on, but sure.
You did it! Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last! When my consciousness made contact with the gods. What a supreme and unparalleled experience that was!
That sounds incredible!
Oh, alright. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you.
I forgot the promise already, so you don't have to worry.
Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights.
Oh. I guess so. I mean, you clearly could have just said, I don't remember, and I'll be like, understandable, have a nice day. But I guess fair enough.
My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
I doubt it, but sure, let's give it a shot.
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit-born ale with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
I guess we're gonna trip some balls again. No other weird green creatures again. Anything but them.
Trails for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies.
Oh.
My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity.
Damn.
There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
Ooh. I'm into it. That was interesting.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God! Please grant me forgiveness and salvation!
I guess Scaramouche already got his first simp on the line.
Do you understand this is no Purina life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me?
I mean, Scaramouche's gonna do that to you. I can't blame the woman, but at the same time, come on. He's not a Dottore. Like, you can't be simping for him that hard.
I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I already lost my mind?
Probably, I mean, that's a pretty good chance of that happening. Well, I guess she's just gonna leave. Rude. Alright. I guess now is a fight time. What is this, a Pokeball? Are we playing Pokemon? Nice. I can't wait to fight Scaramouche finally.
The Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed.
Well, that's pretty sad. I guess nobody cares about Catherine just pissing out. But fair enough, I mean, she is a puppet. Probably can make another one pretty easily.
After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology.
Well, you clearly never heard of Elon Musk, cause that man can implant a microchip inside your brain and transfer your conscience into like a Microsoft computer. So, clearly shows what you know, Tanari.
Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore."
Fair enough.
But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surazthana for good this time! Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing! She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from that alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert?
Honestly, yes. Yes, I do want to go meet Sino, so I'd say yes.
But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Probably. I mean, Nahida wasn't really that much helpful, to be honest. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. So let's roll out Paimon. We got stuff to do.
You said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Indeed she is, Tanari.
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Well, that's your first mistake, Tanari, because you see, you shouldn't trust me. I don't even trust myself half the time. I'm pretty sure the last person that trusted me is pretty much dead at this point. So, shows what you know.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence?
Nahida has been kept under house arrest.
That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardis Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time.
Indeed so.
From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tainari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Alright, time to go meet my boy Sino. I really like Sumeru at night. More than actually at daytime, just because there's something about it. So peaceful and quiet. Quite nice.
Because things are so, ergo they are such.
I should give this.
We finally made it to Caravan Rebot. It's pretty lively here.
I'm pretty sure it's as dead as it can be, Paimon. I don't know what you're on about.
So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Ooh, look who that is. My boy's back.
Huh?
Over here.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna follow you.
Oh, Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Travelers and visitors, don't miss out!
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Hatham. We never thought we'd run into you here.
Damn, my boy is tall. Look at the comparison. I don't know if it's just from perspective, but we look small, like, compared to my boy. We look like we can pretty much just reach his nipples at most. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders!
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be, which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Al-Haytham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices and remembers stuff like that?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right?
I'm pretty sure you have it, my boy, but...
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
Indeed we are.
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well...
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Alright. I guess we're traveling with Alfheim now. That's interesting. I do like my boy, so I don't mind his company. I wonder when I finally get to meet the signer, because I do look forward to that. Yeah, going to the Sumeru desert already. Try my best to figure out where Sinus hiding.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out! Wow!
Ooh, that looks quite nice. I really like the desert. Oh! Here we go. I guess my boy Sino doesn't like all them too much.
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Nice. I really like Sino.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Arguable, but sure.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
Well, funny you say that, because I do not believe him, but he is hot. So that kind of defeats all the reasoning and self-rationale that I have.
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Well, he is part dog, so dogs have a pretty keen sense of smell. Can't really hide it from them.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Well, Paimon, funny you say that, because I don't trust you either.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Oh, big lady herself is back. Nice to see that.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally someone that we can trust!
I trust Dia with my life, honestly, at this point. You kidding me, Paimon? I trust her more than you, at least. That's a lot.
You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Nice, nice. You don't disrespect Dia. I do agree with that. Alright, boys, pack it in. Like, hug it out. Shake on it. And just let's go. And my Dia together.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover.
Oh, Candace is coming in?
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Sandra doesn't even want to sit. Damn, that's hard. Is this like a silence contest? Because I mean, we can just all be silent for a little bit. I don't mind.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
Well, no surprise, Paimon lost. Just so you know, guys, I never speak at all. For at least 500 years, so I have an edge in this game. So you better be ready, because we gotta be here for a long time.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
I don't know what that even means, Paimon. What the hell are you on about?
The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Nice to meet you, Candace.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Paimon, you better keep your goddamn mouth shut. How dare you talk to Dia that way? I swear.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself,
Self-isolation, Sino. I know a thing or two about that. Just saying.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
The most hated man alive.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages.
Yeah, but unlike us, Sino's actually gonna put them all in jail. So, that's a little bit heavier than our mission, Paimon.
Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
I don't think so, but it's your opinion.
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Nah, no way.
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham!
Well, at least he is honest.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
That wouldn't surprise me at all, honestly, knowing that goddamn bearded clown. I hate him so much.
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you.
I mean, if you take me out to dinner, Al-Haytham, I'll forgive you.
I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Dia actually didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what you're on about, Candace. She was just there.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
What the hell? I'll hear them. Are you really that hungry? Like, Jesus Christ, did you not eat for a year or something? Like, goddamn. That's one powerful growl from a stomach.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
I really like this design of the house. Pretty cool. Feels like rustic. It's quite nice. An oven as well.
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Here comes another wave!
Oh, I didn't know actually those wolves in Sumeru as well. I thought they're only in Inazuma. It's pretty interesting.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Do I actually get to try out Dia? Oh. I thought maybe I got played around with Dia for a little bit. I guess not.
Stabilize. Order guide you. Verdict is...
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Solidify. Time for retribution.
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru Village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Well, hello there, Uncle Anpu. It's a pleasure
Sir,
to meet you.
I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, But if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Fair enough. I mean, Sino so far has been a very interesting character. I do like him quite a bit.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt.
Interesting.
After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Travel? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon, is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
No, strange child. We're not here to do that.
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Alright, listen, strange child. I don't know who you are. I mean, you did say your name was Isaac, but at the same time, we're kinda in the middle of something important here.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Well, that was interesting. We got ourselves into some predicament with some child about finding their grandfather. I didn't expect that from the entire story, but it's pretty interesting. Let's see.
Of course not. It's all a bunch of nonsense.
I suppose wisdom is always
I think I'll probably stop here for today, guys. I'm a little bit tired today. Had a bit of a tiring day. I hope you enjoyed, and tomorrow I'll probably stream a little bit longer, just to make sure that I do more story quests for you guys. But I hope it was fun for you, as it was fun for me. I'm glad you were able to join me today, and hopefully you have a good evening, or afternoon, depending on where you are. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. at the same time. And hopefully we'll have a good time together again. And get to the bottom of Sinus Quest. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye, guys.